What's up, guys, and welcome back to F1 2019. Today we have a very exciting day ahead of us. Check this thing out right here, a brand new Ferrari wheel that I just bought off of Amazon and installed. Oh, I am so excited about this, dude. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought all of these buttons were going to work, but they don't. I thought they were going to be real switches. They're just kind of like plastic. They're just there to look cool. This thing doesn't spin either. But everything else, like up here, the neutral button, the pit button, the pump button, plus and minus here, DRS, pit lane limiter, that all works. It's all set up. I got it all set up on the actual game itself, so we have all of our button combos, so they're correct and everything. It's got the paddle shifters back here in the back, which sound pretty nice, and I'm excited to hop in and use this thing. Let's go ahead and slide on up here. So a lot of you guys were saying that I should mount my wheel further back so my arms are a little more straight. I tried to move it back a little bit. With the way this is set up, you can't really... For my feet to be able to comfortably reach the pedals, about this is the best we're going to get, maybe a little bit closer than that. But yeah, we're going to hop in and check this thing out. I'm very excited. Instead of doing our first trial on our actual career mode where things matter, I figured we could hop into a random Grand Prix. So we're going to go in here. Since we're using a Ferrari wheel, I guess I'm down to try out Ferrari. Let's see what happens here. Boom. I'm still trying to get used to all the buttons on this thing. The only thing I've done is I went in and I made sure that it worked. And then I had to set certain buttons to certain things. Like technically the DRS button is the A button for Xbox. So we had to like move things around and make sure it all lined up. So like now that we press A, DRS comes on. But we should be good to go. So we've got Sebastian Vettel or Charles Leclerc. I'm going to go with... good old Charles here, 19-year-old phenom. You guys know we were on 95 difficulty on our last career race, and that was a little bit too tough, so I think we're going to back it down to 90 for the next career race. But since this is our first time using this and we're trying to get used to it, I feel like 80 might be a good spot to start. That honestly might not even be low enough, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I'm excited, man. This is weird being in the Ferrari. Holy cow, dude, just seeing that logo is kind of intimidating. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go to the track. We're going to do a flying lap out there, and we're going to see what this thing's all about. I'm excited, dude. This is a big step up. When I started this series, I had no clue how much I was going to love it, how much you guys were going to love it, and how much we were going to get into it. But we're going to see what we can do with this brand new F1 wheel. I would imagine that we're still going to be able to perform just about the same, if not better. It's kind of interesting that we have the thumb holes in it. Definitely gives you that extra point of contact and point of, you know, kind of like being able to turn the wheel more precisely. There we go. Good old Australia. It's been a while since we were out here, dude. I like having an actual DRS button. Woo! It definitely feels different, don't get me wrong. But I think we're going to be able to get used to this pretty quickly. Oh, definitely, dude. Turning and having the wheel upside down is so much easier when you've got your thumb hole. That is so nice. I know you guys aren't really looking at my thumbs right now, but like your thumb goes through the steering wheel in its own little slot. It's pretty cool. You guys probably saw it in the beginning of the video. Dude, this feels so good. I like it. I think being backed up off the wheel a little bit helps as well. See what kind of a lap we can put in here. I'm excited, dude. I don't know. I think in this video we are going to try our hand at a little bit of what's it called? Of manual shifting, paddle shifting. I feel like it might be too early to jump into it in our actual career mode, just because I'm still learning the game. Like, this is the first time I've ever done like a legit sim racer and taken it seriously, and I'm okay. Well, that wasn't good. How do we? I think we can go like this. Yeah, we can go do our flashback. But I feel like we don't want to throw too many things at me all at once because I am still kind of a noob. I mean, you got to think, like, this is my first time playing this game. It's the first time I've raced on a lot of these tracks. So I'm just trying to figure out the driving line, trying to figure out where I fit in, trying to figure out, you know, how to stay in my lane and not run into other people, let alone worrying about doing all that on top of shifting my own gears. I think eventually we will be able to do it, and eventually that's my goal. But we'll see. Looks like we were 2.2 seconds behind Gasly there. That's not where I want to be. I think we can do better than that.
P2 with that last lap.
I'm going to race one more lap. We're going to see if we can catch up to him. My muscle memory is all messed up, dude. Every time the DRS comes up, I go to move it to where the old button was, and now we've got a new button that bright yellow says DRS on it. I mean, it looks nice. I like having it there, but we're gonna have to reset up where we naturally think these buttons are. Shoot, took that one a little long. I feel like overall this is a much better lap than we originally had. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. We'll see if we can. It's not gonna be enough. We also don't know what kind of tires he's on or anything like that, though. So, I mean, we're on the hards. This is gonna be the slowest we're gonna be. So I'm gonna change things up here. We are gonna go to preferences. We are gonna go to assists, and then we are gonna go down to our gearbox. So we've got automatic, manual, and suggested gear, and then we've got manual. What is suggested gear? Is that going to tell me what gear I should be in? Because if so, I could really benefit from that. Oh, it's the little thing down the bottom right. It does tell you. Hold on. So we upshift on our own. Okay. All right, so we're going to come around this corner. We're not going to spin out this time. So we upshift on our own, and it tells us we got to be down to 4. So I'm going to drop at 3, come around this corner. Get back on the gas, and then we upshift on our own. Now, obviously, you do that based on the limiter. Drop down to 3, or you can do it via the sound. I mean, keep in mind, we aren't going to be perfect here, because this is my first time doing this, but it feels kind of interesting. Drop it down 1, come around this corner, and get back on it. Let off a little bit, get back on it. Upshift with the DRS. Probably a little early in that upshift. We're going to have to drop it down 3 here. Interesting. I like that it tells you where you should be. That was probably my biggest concern, is I wasn't going to be sure how far to drop it down to, and that takes that issue out of it. I also wonder how loud it is to you guys, because it's right next to the microphone. Like, is that too loud, all the clicking? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and retire from this session. I think I'm going to drop the difficulty a little bit, and I think we're just going to test out a race driving in manual. We'll see what happens with it. I don't think we're ready to go to it for our career mode. But I'm curious to test it out and see how we can do. So I'm going to drop it to, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to say, let's drop it down to like a 70 is still hard. 65 is hard. I don't want to go too far. Do you guys want to, let's go to a 65. I don't want to drop it down too far, but we're also not going to be nearly as fast. So we'll see how this goes. We're going to treat this just like a real weekend, though. Here we go, boys. We've got qualifying. We're going to try to be as quick as we possibly can. We're up in at 8th. We've got to drop at 4 through here. There we go. DRS. Dude, there's just so much to manage here. We're going to drop it down to 3. The problem is I'm not looking at the track as much. I'm looking more at the bottom right. And obviously that's dangerous. Gonna be dropping it to 4th here. Drop it 3. Looks good. Wait, how are we in 6th right there? Did it not drop all the way? We wanna. Oh, we're not dropping gears now. What in the world, bro? Why aren't you dropping? Hello? I was gonna say I thought we tapped it 3 times. Oh, there we go. Are we dropping again? Oh no, is it not working properly? So I figured it out. For some reason, my downshifts. I'll do a little test run here. When I straight up pull it back, it doesn't really work, but when I pull up and back, it downshifts, which is, it's not supposed to be like that. What are the odds that your boy gets a broken one? I'm so distraught right now. It's not necessarily broken, it's just this one button's a little funky. I've been watching the tracking on this for so long the past couple days, hoping somehow I was gonna get here earlier. I've been so excited for this, and now I'm gonna have to ship it back. I might have to order another one and then ship this back after, so we're never without one. But we're gonna try to give it a go. I mean, these paddles are stainless steel. They're super solid. It kind of hurts my finger to dig into it, but we're gonna see what we can do just for the sake of this video. But anyway, as I was saying, like, obviously, yeah, it's bad that we're gonna be looking down at the bottom right part of the screen. But at the same time, I mean, these tracks, obviously, we kind of memorize these tracks. Like, we memorize the DRS zones, we memorize the corners to know, like, which ones to hit hard, which curbs not to hit, that sort of thing. So, like, I feel like eventually we could learn what gear we should be dropping down to on each corner. I mean, that's a little bit more intense because there's quite a few corners on quite a few tracks, but it's not like these tracks are changing. Like, if we memorize it today, we're going to be good for F1 2020 and everything ongoing. So, I don't know. I think it's doable. It's just a question of if you guys want to see it. Gotta drop it down 1 through this corner here. If you guys want to see it, and if it's annoying or not, hearing all the clicking. I don't know if the clicking is going to be too annoying. Stay in 6 all the way through. Drop it down 4. Looks like we're going to get a P1 for our qualifying here on, well, 65 difficulty. I don't really want to start off in pole here. I'm going to let these guys pass us a little bit. I'm going to stand on the starting line. I think this is our way to look behind us. Oh!
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know.
Bro! You know, I think this time it might be a good idea to just pull over off to the side. Let's get out of people's way. Let them by. You guys are clear. You've got the right of way there, and we're gonna get back out into it here. I want something to chase. I want to see if we can manage these corners, manage overtakes and stuff, all while using this manual gearbox. I mean, the difficulty's easy, and we're racing with a broken steering wheel, so it's not the most realistic thing in the world. But this wasn't meant to be the most serious episode either. I just wanted to check it out, get used to it for our career. We have a new episode tomorrow, and get your guys' feedback. I would be down to try manual. Maybe, honestly, you know what we could do? There are 21 races in a season. From P1 to P20, I don't think you're going to be salvaging that, bro. But there are 21 races in a season. What if we finished out this season, and then we could start up like a new driver, go to a new team, and then do manual the whole season and work our way up through that. If you guys were interested, we could do that. I don't want to ruin our current season. I feel like we've been doing really well, and I feel like just switching to manual all of a sudden would be a little bit sketchy. But I don't know. Not gonna be able to get around them there. There's just so much for me to focus on, and then trying to talk while doing that as well is just it's tough, dude. I'm gonna race. I'm gonna get a little bit silent here for a minute, and we're gonna see what we can do. Hopefully you guys don't mind. Listen to the sounds of the car. She's beautiful. Just ran him off the road.
You made it look easy.
I mean, it was kind of a D-bag move, but all right. Looking good so far. A little bit hot into that corner, but we're okay. I'm not even looking at the thing down the bottom left. I'm just listening to the engine and testing it myself. Woo! That's another overtake. Wow, dude. If you just kind of naturally do what you feel like it needs... I mean, I'm sure you could be faster if you knew exactly what gear you should be in. You can kind of guesstimate it. Come on, baby. Get up on him.
You're hitting the energy deployment limit and losing ERS power before the end of the lap. Lower the ERS deployment mode to prevent this.
Whew.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now...
We got around him. And DRS is on. Okay. Bro, I kind of like this. I mean, it's a lot more intense, but I do kind of like it. And granted, I've done a lot of qualifying laps, so we've already played this track before, so we kind of understand it already. And I've you know, played quite a bit today so far. I feel like with the right amount of practice on each track, like if we take the practice sessions pretty seriously, we might actually be able to play in manual. And if we get an actual proper steering wheel that works, you know what I mean? Like that's a pretty important part of it. But then again, at the same time, we're playing on a pretty low difficulty right now, so it's kind of like, what do you want? Would you rather be more intense on everything that you're doing and add difficulty there? Would you rather have more difficult drivers that you're racing against? I mean, it all kind of adds up. If we wanted to keep racing like we have been, we would definitely have to drop the difficulty if we were to switch to something like this, and it would take some getting used to. But I think we could do it, dude. I don't know. I think it could be interesting. Like I said, I think I'm the biggest fan of waiting until the end of this current series, like the current season that we're in, and then potentially switching it up and either doing a second series with this current driver, making an entirely new one and racing with a new team, something like that, and then we could replay through all the tracks that we already know, we're already kind of used to a little bit, but under manual. I think that could be really interesting. In a P16 from P20, after starting P1, had a pretty interesting race so far. Dude, my finger is really starting to hurt from all these downshifts. Wants us to get up to 6. Ride 6 through here. Okay, we're gonna be dropping it down 4. Ooh, a little bit of touch in there, that's okay. But yeah, dude, I don't know how many more laps I've got in me. Like the metal is just digging into my finger.
It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Sir, yes, sir. Gonna be dropping it down 4 here.
Some information on Kvyat. They seem to have an issue.
Oh no, that's sad to hear. All right, I'm gonna play one more lap. Let's see how many people we can pass here.
Alright. Engine off. Engine off.
I was hoping we were gonna be able to skirt around the outside. Yeah, dude, there's like skin coming off of my finger from pulling up on this this thing so hard. So I'm gonna have to get that figured out before we can do any manual anyway. But like I said, this was meant to be a pretty simple episode just to see what you guys thought. Are you interested in me attempting to do manual? Should we do it in the middle of the current season? Should we wait until our next season of our career? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. I'm excited to use this thing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for our first career episode with it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.